night, the scene was Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. Riddick Bowe, the champion, seeking to defend his title against former champion Evander Holyfield, the man he beat for the title last year. Bowe was the early aggressor, winning the first 3 rounds, but Holyfield started to turn the tide in the 4th as the action spilled over after the bell. They say anything can happen in boxing, and Saturday night it did. In one of the most bizarre moments in sports, a parachutist landed on the ropes, stopping the fight and then getting pounded by several fans at ringside. Later, trailing going into the 12th, the champion went for broke, going for the knockout. But it wasn't enough, as once again, Evander Holyfield was the world champion, and even Bowe admitted Holyfield fought a great fight.
I want you guys to make sure when Evander Holyfield comes in here, y'all greet him like the champion he is. But I also would like to say, all the great ones, they lost, Joe Louis, Muhammad Ali, and so forth. But their greatness was showed when they came back from adversity. And as Ali would say, I shall return.
I realized that regardless of whatever weight Bowe gonna be, he was gonna come in to win. And I'm glad I didn't take him lightly, and I prepared myself for the best Bowe that was possible. I realized that I didn't have to knock him out this fight. I realized that I just had to do it just a little bit more. And, you know, I thank God for me being able to do a little bit more.
Well, Sean, it's unusual for a challenger to win a close championship fight. Were you surprised at the outcome?
I was. There's always been an old adage in boxing that whenever you fight for the championship, you must take the title away from the champion. Sometimes even having to knock the champion down. Even other times, you have to put your foot on the champion to hold him down. But that was not the case last Saturday night. You know, Holyfield is a lot like, as a fighter, like our main eventer tonight, Virgil Hill. People look at him and they say, hey, I can beat that man. But then once they strap the gloves on, it's a totally different story. I was very proud of Evander Holyfield, though, because he regained the heavyweight championship of the world.
Of course, the heavyweight picture has changed a bit because of Saturday night. Let's show you the champions. Of course, Evander Holyfield, and the WBC is Lennox Lewis and Michael Bent from the WBO. And now we're going to show you our consensus top 10, Sean, starting with Lionel Butler, who will be fighting next week here on Tuesday Night Fights.
Yeah, this is the bottom half of that top 10. Lionel Butler, Phil Jackson, George Foreman, George still in that top 10. Hard punching, Razor Riddick, Jorge Luis Gonzalez, one of the undefeated top 10s, along with Herbie Hyde, another undefeated in that top 10. Oliver McCall, Tony Tucker, Michael Moore, and Riddick Bowe rounding out the top 10. Now, the people really to be concerned with of those top 10 are Holyfield, of course, Bowe, Lewis, and Michael Moore. Michael Moore is the only one of the top heavyweights that has a signed contract to fight Evander Holyfield. However, and he has stated publicly that he will not take step-aside money so that Holyfield can fight anyone else. However, he may be able to be persuaded monetarily. I think that the Duvas own the contract promotionally on all these fighters. I think for them, what they would like to see is they would like to see Evander face Lennox Lewis to unify the championship, unify that title, the winner of that to meet Riddick Bowe, and the winner of all that soup to meet Michael Moore.
People once said the heavyweight division was boring without Mike Tyson. Well, it is not going to be boring in 1994.